Have you ever wondered how the pros get themselves into what they believe to be top shape?
Well, in this video, we're going to go through some old and new techniques that got them to top form. You ready to go and try them, mate?
Better get out of these t-shirts and into our kit first.
Yeah, let's do a quick one. Now let's start off with one from the current world time trial champion, ROHAN. Now he tells me that he had a friend that filled his inner tubes full of water to try and create resistance and weight. And when he had a puncture, he tried to conceal the water spraying everywhere with his hands. Yeah, it didn't work too well.
Hank recently spoke to MOHORIC, stage winner in the Vuelta and the Giro, to get his training secrets. And the insight that he gave us was that he will always choose the lightest and the fastest possible gear for training. This is because he finds it motivates him more to push harder and to go faster when training than when riding on a real training bike. Even the tools and spares that he carries will be as light as possible. He even went so far once as to ride with latex tubes on his training bike, but he did admit that pumping them up and adjusting the temperatures every single day did become a little tiresome. MATEJ, I like your style.
Now, on the flip side to MOHORIC, MAGNUS BACKSTEDT, winner of Pavé, used to train with the heaviest bike he could get his hands on. He also used to fill his bottles with lead so that he would train harder. Mad.
LIZZIE DEIGNAN got in touch with us to tell us that her pro training secret is that she will religiously start training on the 1st of November. However, she won't use a power meter on a bike until the 1st of December. This allows her a good 4-week period to regain that good connection with the bike, smooth pedaling, and in fact, increase her fitness somewhere to near where it was before her rest period. Meaning that as soon as the power meter is strapped to her bike, it's going to be much less demoralizing. Maybe this is where her confidence comes from.
I managed to get hold of ex-teammate BLYTHE to find out if he had a secret. And he said to me he rides 5 hours in zone 3, keeping the chain tight, not looking at power, but making sure he keeps on that tempo. And he says that's his secret. Well, that sounds really hard.
We had a surprise submission from GEOGHEGAN HART, who said that his key training session and his secret to success is a bike ride of only 90 minutes in length. And it gets better still. This bike ride is conducted at a heart rate of 85 to 90 beats per minute. I know, it seems unbelievable. What he does do after 40 minutes of around 25 kilometers an hour and no more than 100 meters of climbing though, is a long interval, sat at the cafe sipping coffee. We were blown away by this. You could be as fit as a World Tour bike rider by drinking coffee. Now, okay, this is obviously not his key session for building fitness adaptations, but it is the day where his body recovers and therefore becomes stronger. And it really emphasizes just how important it is to pay attention to your recovery.
Now, my personal training secret was to motor pace. I got my dad an old moped, made him sit on it for 3 hours, and I used to sit behind him to try and replicate the speed of the peloton. And this really helped me get speed into the legs and also help with the sprint, with sprinting off 40 to 50k an hour. That's a secret. Don't tell too many people.
Right then, my key training secret isn't actually that secretive at all. I'm a complete training nerd, and for years I've uploaded every single ride to an online ride-sharing platform. You don't need to guess which one. But because of this, as soon as I worked out that 1,000 kilojoule workload for an hour was 280 watts average, I became fascinated with those numbers. And the cadence of 85 to 90 was always key. On my endurance rides of 5 to 7 hours, I would always maintain that number. Partly because it was right at the upper end of my zone 2, but also partly because I just felt good doing it, knowing that I was burning 1,000 kilojoules. And I can honestly say, every single time I did one of those rides, within the next 2 to 3 weeks, I have always won a race. So it gave me a good confidence boost too.
I hope that gave you a little insight into what the pros get up to.
If you have a favourite training session that you think guarantees good legs, do drop it in the comments below. We'd love to hear about it.
And give this video a big thumbs up, if only for that view. Look at it.
Mont Blanc back there.
Oh, amazing.